What's going on, guys? Everyone, let me know if we're live here. We're in the Top Trader office. We're just now getting things started. So far, we don't have too many results in. No state has yet to basically close their ballots, so we're still just getting in some early results. People can still go to the polls up until somewhere around 12 o'clock. Let me know if I'm live, folks, so then that way we can continue on. This is going to be an exciting night for sure. I hope you guys are. You guys got your popcorn. Okay, Christopher, what's up, man? Good seeing you, buddy. We are live on the Top Trader channel for sure. I want to make sure that we're also live on one of our blueberry markets. They put this whole bad boy together. Trump has Florida in the bag. Okay, here we go. Kevin, Costa Rica, coming in live. What's going on, my man? One of my favorite human beings on planet Earth. Let's see. Yeah. One of my favorite guys. Lee Cox, what's up, buddy? Who you got, Lee? Yo, guys, we should do this for fight night. This is great. What's the difference? Let's see here. I want to make sure that we got everybody coming in, okay? We're streaming also, guys, on Facebook, and we're also streaming on one of our partner channels, Blueberry Markets. We'll be talking about them, shutting them out all night. Trump is 7. Oh, man, it's going to be funny. Your mic isn't coming through direct. Give me what you mean by that, man. Do I sound a little bit silly? What's it sound like? Let's see. I want to make sure though that. Okay, we're good over here. Election Day Live. Oh, I sound far. Got it. Mic is a little low. Okay. I can talk a little bit louder. You guys let me know if this sounds a little bit better. Yeah. That's good? Okay. Awesome. I'll just make sure I talk loud. Definitely, I know what you mean. We definitely didn't have a direct connection, so to speak. So we're just going to be with the volume extra high, 100%. All right. Sweet. So what I want to do, guys, is I want to kind of show, more or less what we're looking like state by state. There are a few websites that you guys can head over to if you guys want to keep up with things on your own. But this bad boy is going to be lasting pretty much as all elections do. They're going to be lasting up until probably 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. But there's a twist to this particular election. We got absentee ballots. All right. These are the things that, some of your moms or your dads, or your grandmas, whatever, mailed in, and they got to count that stuff by hand. So that's definitely going to lengthen the process. Got it. Not directly running through the system. So what we're going to try to do basically is just talk a lot louder. And if this works, guys, I hope it does. We should be good to go. We should be good to go. I'm going to be pulling up a few things basically where we can kind of see a little bit what's going on and how the Trump versus Biden election is stacking up. Let's see. 1 second. Any questions, by the way? I want you guys to hit the chat because I'm very interested in, what your questions would be about. I know everyone has their swing states. We can kind of go through that. We can kind of start rifling through what swing states are going to be important for this particular election, how they've been performing. We can start talking about Texas. Texas is a very interesting situation. Let's keep an eye out on Texas because at the end of the day, there's never been a situation, or in a while, been a situation where the Democrats have won Texas. Okay, so right now there was a small lead from the Republicans, but at the end of the day, it's very impressive to see that the Democrats are so closely tied to a very, very conservative state. Fix your mic. Guys, we're fixing the mic. I'll be completely honest with you. We're fixing the mic. You're going to have to give us a little bit of time for the mic being fixed. We're trying to figure out what's wrong with the mic. We usually do the mic like this all the time. So we're just going to figure out what's going on. But we'll definitely make it happen. All right. Yeah. Can't hear anything. Got it. I can't hear much. I can hear it much better now. Okay. So we're having some conflicting conversations about the mic. So, you guys let me know, and I know sign language. So if you guys need me to sign, if you guys need me to, speak a little Espanol, we can make it happen. All right. Until then, let me pull up these swing states. All right, let me pull them up. Let's see what we got. Okay. All right. So first things first. First question. I want to know who lives in a swing state. So if you're a swing state, do you know your swing state? Right. I'm in Georgia. We're definitely not a swing state. Okay. So I can tell you that right now. All right. I know that we're not a swing state, but I'm in Georgia. If you guys are in swing states, let me know what. Maybe not. No, let me not know what side you're leaning. Just let me know where you are. So Arizona is a swing state, right? Florida obviously is one of the more popular swing states. Ohio, that's a swing state. Florida, okay. We got Florida in the house. Ryan, now look, I'm not asking you, Ryan, where you voted, but based on friends, family, I mean, that's obviously, that might skew your idea as to where you think the election is going to go, where you think Florida's going to go. But who do you think has Florida, Ryan? I'm pretty interested in, kind of hearing out Floridians' inputs. Where do you think Florida's going? I have my opinions, so I'm pretty curious. Okay, Texas. All right, so you're out in Texas. Texas is turning into a swing state. How does that make you feel? When you go to a state, you feel the conservativeness of the state. When I go to New York, I feel the liberal New York. When I go to California, I feel how liberal California is. Guys, when I'm in West Virginia, trust me, I know I'm in West Virginia. All right, that's what I'm getting at. So I'm trying to figure out now. Texas is, in the middle. What does that, what does that mean? What's the vibe I'm going to get out of Texas? Based on the states right now, it's that, wow, looks like it's leaning red. So, you in a minute, just stumbled upon here, good seeing you again. What's going on, Darren? I appreciate that, man. Ryan, that's really interesting you say that, because my opinion, everyone in Florida always wants a Democrat to win. And I just don't see, Florida's history, Florida's track record, to be leaning on the Democratic side is not so good. It's not so good. Even when you're talking about the Senate, when you're talking about Congress, and when you're talking about the presidency, it's not so good. So I've always thought that Florida would be a place where, especially tonight, I felt like that would lean a little bit red too. We'll see. And based on what we see right now, it is leaning a little bit red. I don't buy into all this margin of error stuff. Every time they say there's a margin of error, I get it. 100%. There can be, right now the margin of error is 3%. So for example, you have 3.3, 3.4%. For example, you have Texas right now. So Texas right now can swing into any direction. So they will say there's not a clear victor. But what was interesting in 2016, when they were saying there wasn't a clear victor, Trump would have Florida by like 3 points, and they would still consider a margin of error. And I don't really understand that. I stay in Dallas, and it's for sure blue. See, man? So I'm trying to tell you guys, what is that? When you go to a Democratic spot or when you go to a Republican spot in the country, you just very much feel the politics. You feel the politics, especially for our POCs. I'm just kidding. do we get a clear victory tonight? So look, by the way, guys, do you see that? Look at that. I voted. All right. I placed my vote. Don't ask me who I voted for. And don't make assumptions as to who I voted for. Okay. That's going to make me a little bit angry. All right. Don't make assumptions. I don't know what you'd be assuming. I don't know what you would be basing your assumptions off of, but don't make assumptions. Okay. Just know I voted, and just know whatever happens, your destiny is in your control. Okay. Okay. So look. So with Ryan, there are about 9 more counties that need to weigh in. Okay, that's pretty interesting. County by county, man, the clock's ticking down. Let's see what those 9 counties are, and let's see how those 9 counties usually lean. Let's take a look real quick. Let's do some quick research. Okay. Let's see. Hey guys, we got our main man Ben Clay has just entered the chat, and Ben is being, he's like, hey guys, look, this is what I think, this is how I feel, but Ben's not in the country, so Ben's opinion doesn't matter. Okay, so if you're out of the U.S., it doesn't matter if you like Trump, it doesn't matter if you like Biden. Hey, this is our country, Ben. All right, thank you for the input. Okay, we're trying to keep things copacetic. We're trying to keep things calm here on the live stream, guys. Ben is with Blueberry Markets, the number one place that we send any traders. When it comes to traders, are always trying to ask, what broker, where can I trust a solid broker? Blueberry Markets is the number one broker. Doesn't matter if you go to Forex Stormy. It doesn't matter if you go to any review site, any of the people that we've sent there, no complaints. Okay, so 500 to 1 leverage. They're accredited by the Australian regulatory agencies. And tonight, okay, it's not over, guys. They have a very, very solid proposition for anyone that clicks the link in our bio, where basically you can get a 10% cut on your spreads. So, they're giving an awesome deal. If you guys want to work with Blueberry Markets, make sure you guys click the link in the bio. They're just one of my favorite brokers. Okay, we got DC coming in real hard right now, saying that the mic is messed up again. Okay, the mic is messed up again. So we'll get back on that. Technology at this point, folks. I don't know what to tell you. I feel like the mic was working good. You guys let me know if it's maybe it's just I have to continuously speak very loud. But if that's the case, then it's an easy problem. It's insane. Okay, so hey, look, DC, you're about to get voted out the island, dude. Everyone else is saying that the mic's fine. Just keep talking. Conflict of interest. This papers. Darren Jones. No, those are 2 different brokers, Darren. Those are 2 different brokers. Blueberry Markets. Okay, that's the way to go. 100%. 100%. Okay, so let's talk about those states. Who was in Florida again? It's not the volume, it's the quality. Now that's just, at that point, it's just embarrassing. What's I might just have faulty equipment, folks. Jeez Louise. Here, let's see real quick. All right. We got Ryan in Florida. Sorry, Ryan. Ryan's in Florida. Okay. So let's see what's going on in Florida right now. It's the latest on the Florida poll. Let's see. Guys, please, any questions, any comments, you guys let me know. 8 counties left. Isolate the noise. Got it. Sound like a decapitation, bro. Invest in the mic. Joel, the first comment you give me, man, is you just threw me, you just ripped me to shreds. Come on, Joel, give me a high, give me a buy, give me a please. It's been a long time, by the way. Fix your mic. Joel's going straight with decapitation. Not cool, man. Yeah, Florida's looking like Trump. Interesting stuff. Hey, that's what we thought was going to happen. To be honest with you, that's really what we thought was going to happen. Pollster. Let's see. Real quick. Let's see here. We're about to pull up a nice. We're about to do a little split screen where we can kind of share and kind of see what's happening live. For you guys, any comments, any commentary, it's all welcome. Let's see. And we're going to get into markets in a second. And we are going to get into markets in a second. Okay. We have a very solid site, folks, where we are going to bring up a little bit of a split screen here, so that way you guys can monitor some of this stuff with me. Yeah, it's my favorite one. Okay. Let's see, guys. All right, so we're going to turn on the. A lot of people keep asking me, Cleveland, did you vote? Look at this. Boom. Okay, I made an impact. All right, make an impact. So where I voted, it was very nice. Okay, everyone's been complaining about, these long lines and all this other stuff, and the media, the internet tricked me. Twitter tricked me. A lot of places tricked me, right? Because when I went, you guys won't believe it, man. I went in, everyone's so nice. I got cookies, okay? They pulled out a little stylus that they were dipping inside alcohol. I was tapping on a brand new 2020 touchscreen election monitor, all right, developed by Intel or something like that. It was some really nice stuff. It was nice. I was in and out 5 minutes. They gave me an extra bag of cookies on the way out. So I think a lot of people, I think the people that voted. I don't think it was anybody being, I don't think anybody's being, I don't think anybody's being stopped from voting. It was too easy. It was too easy. Maybe there are some situations where, there's some malicious stuff going on, but at the end of the day, we should not let that deter us. Use your macro fundamentals. Okay. So Darren just mentioned something that's very interesting. Okay, and I want to know you guys' opinion on this. You guys, all right? So Darren mentioned that everyone is going to be pulling their stocks out of the market because of the Biden tax if Biden wins, right? So what's Darren talking about? What Darren? What are you talking about? Gary's basically talking about the fact that Joe Biden wants to put a 0.07% tax on all trades executed in retail trading accounts, stock traders. I don't know if they'll even be retail, but they're pretty. They're it's very very interesting as to what could happen if that goes down. And honestly, if that type of tax bill can get passed through the Senate, we know Trump put out an emergency tax bill, but at the end of the day, it didn't affect so heavily. That thing came and gone, right? That particular tax bill, because it didn't affect so heavily the retail population. He put out some pretty awesome tax breaks for businesses and high net worth individuals. So, for example, our business, at one point we were taxed at somewhere around 30 something percent, 31, 32%. Now, hey, thanks to good old Trump, we're being taxed at in the low 20s. So, are you thinking there will be a good rally if Biden wins? People may be flocking to gold as a safe haven. That's quite an interesting statement, Ben. My Australian friend. Let's see here. Let's see. We're gonna be pulling up some. Let's pull up some markets. Let's look at the charts real quick. Let's kind of see what's been going on. Because you have two options. People will take profit and buy and hold for 4 years. You have two options. People will take profit and buy and hold. That seems slightly. I don't get what you're. I don't get what you're spitting out there, Ryan. It seems slightly counterintuitive. They will take out and buy in and hold for 4 years. Clarify that for me, bro. I will give you some insight on what I think. Okay. Will a Biden win weaken the dollar? So, by the way, pull up the charts. Let's take a look at the charts. Look at me. I'm all over the place. Because you guys are all over the place. You need to know the answer to the question. I gotta show my face on this. Guys, this is a crazy game to play. Playing the game of where are the markets going to go if Biden wins or if Trump wins. Now, there was a trade that we took just maybe last week. If it wasn't last week, it was 2 weeks ago. But we just closed on those positions last week. So we must have took them about 2 weeks ago. Where basically we saw that there was an extended run in the S&P, and we felt as if a Biden win would tighten markets. We did. I want to show you guys some of the research that yes, please, Ahmed, give us your opinion. And we appreciate you, Ahmed, for asking for us to hear your opinion. Some people, man, they just throw it out there. They don't even care. They just give it to you. And they might even curse at you while they're doing it. This is YouTube, man. And then on YouTube land, things are very crazy. All right, here, let's go to the chart real quick. I want to show you guys the usual Democratic policy is they want larger government, right? And when you have larger government, you start to have you start to obviously want to tighten up regulation. When you start tightening up regulation, you start dipping your hands in certain private sector, private industries, where basically you stop letting certain business practices happen. This is exactly what happened with Dodd-Frank. Okay, so I see DC said no sound, or is it just me? You guys need to let DC know if it's just him or if it's sound. It's concerning me. I'm concerned. So anyway, we saw right before Trump got elected in 2016, right? Remember, that was a surprise election. It wasn't until the day of the election that everyone got freaked out and surprised that markets turned completely around. But right up until Trump got elected, Hillary Clinton was pretty much taking the market. She was taking the market. What was Trump talking about right before he got elected? I'm going to repeal Dodd-Frank, right? He was talking about easing all the different oil regulations, opening up the pipeline, and getting a couple seals stuck in that bad boy up in Alaska. Okay. Oh, no sound when you switch on the charts. Okay, thank you, Darren, giving us a little bit of investigative journaling. Thank you, Darren. That's interesting. I'm going to basically have to. Ooh, wait. What if I put the charts on this? See, the thing is, I have the charts here, guys, but I wanted to show you guys the charts on this. Obviously on the screen. We'll figure it out. We'll get the technical guys on it. They hear what's happening. They see what you got going on. They'll fix it up. Okay. But in the meantime, I want you guys, if you have a chance, and if you pull open your charts, I want you guys to take a look at what we saw again happen in 2016, right before Trump got elected. We saw Hillary Clinton taking the market, and then boom, you immediately see Trump as he won. Basically, the S&P absolutely flew. Okay, it absolutely flew. So it's very interesting. A lot of market participants and a lot of just overall traders were very much entertaining the idea that Trump was going to, in some capacity, strengthen the economy. All right, and in so many shapes, in so many forms, he did, in a sense, right? Or if he didn't, the spirit of Trump did, because you can't say the spirit of Trump did not give the markets a quick boost. Okay, at the end of the day, whoever doesn't like the guy, whatever, leave your politics aside. And I'm not saying, look, all I'm saying is, when November 8th hit, you saw all financials absolutely catapult. You had Goldman Sachs in 2016, right when Trump got elected, the next day, had one of the biggest trading days in the history of the company. Okay? Don't believe me? Let's take a look. I know my sound's going to go away, so I'm going to show you guys real quick. I'm going to pull it open now. So I'm just going to go straight to it, and then you're going to see it, and then I'm going to put the sound right back on. All right? So let's take a look here real quick. And I want you guys are going to think I was exaggerating as to how large of a price move we got the day after the election for Donald Trump. Let's take a look. Take a look at this, guys, from here real quick, okay? All right. Actually, what if I do it this way? No. All right. Take a look. Okay, so very interesting stuff right there, right? So a massive price move, all right, an absolutely massive price move. We had, so back in 2016, I was working with a couple of fund managers, and they ended up allocating a lot of their clients, because fund managers, they usually have mutual funds. Mutual funds are kind of crappy, right? I mean, you're really just tracking an S&P. But what a good money manager will do, who is basically tied to these just really enormous, pretty much almost overvalued stocks. Look, you're not getting any kind of solid returns off of Coca-Cola and Home Depot. At least back in the day, guys. Times have changed. All right, you literally have Microsoft up 65% this year. But before you had this kind of trading environment, what was your average S&P return over time? Right? What do they say? Somewhere north of 13%. Okay. And in some worlds, when you kind of start to leverage his confidence. Darren, 100%. Trump's confidence literally took those assets to completely new highs. It's quite amazing. But long story short, I had some fund manager buddies who allocated their clients over to financials when they found out Trump won the election. And trust me, man, those people are very happy. Okay, very, very, very happy. So let's look at some of the results real quick, guys. Let's see how we're coming in. Where are markets right now? Where are the polls right now, more or less? Let's see what we got. Okay, so where's it at? Where's it at? And here we are. Let's give it a quick refresh. So 8:28, guys. What may happen? What usually happens is somewhere around 8:30, we're going to start to get some polling stations closing, and then by 9 o'clock, we're definitely going to have some polling station closing, and we're going to get a number. Okay, we're going to get a number. But until then, you're just hanging out. You're hanging out with me. You're hanging out in the chat. It's whatever you guys want to do. Okay, and as Samantha always says, it's saucy tonight. I'm just kidding. I don't know who Samantha is, but today she said it's saucy. Samantha, I hope you voted. Okay, talking about all that sauce. Biden is in the lead so far. He definitely is. Right now, they still got at 88-66. So we did just have some polling stations close at 8:30. Just changed to 88-66. If you guys look right here real quick, you'll see that previously it was 85-55. So we had 2 electoral college votes for each party. How much tax? Georgia's looking red. Mr. West, okay? Christopher West, Georgia's looking red. Georgia is always going to be red. There isn't ever going to be a century where Georgia is not red. I'll just put it that way. Come to Georgia and you'll see what I'm talking about. I'm enjoying. There is a new episode every day with the saga. Samantha, I don't know if I'm enjoying it. Look, Samantha, you're comparing Trump running the office to, CIS Miami. The only difference is you might be the victim. That's the problem. I'd rather keep reality TV out of reality. I want to turn it on and then turn it off. I don't know if I want to, live D-Day or the Cold War every day. I'd rather go to Netflix classics. Now that's some good drama. Let's see. So how much tax does Trump pay? How much tax does Trump pay? How much tax does Trump pay? I mean, that's an interesting question. Look, I'm not going to run and be one of those guys that says Trump doesn't pay anything in taxes. He did pay the year before that 2016 number. No problem, Samantha. The year before that 2016 number, Trump paid, in the millions of dollars with the taxes. Apparently, the reason why he didn't pay taxes in 2016 was because he basically put losses on his books. He had some real estate that he sold for a loss. We all know Trump has been playing that game pretty hard too. I call it bullshit, 100%. Come on. If there's anybody that's playing the financial game and really leveraging and kind of, moving the goalpost a little bit, it's Donald Trump. He'll do this. This is what Donald Trump will do. It's an amazing idea. This is something that the ultra rich can do only. It's a little hack. Okay? Donald Trump will get a property and he will buy the property, obviously at the biggest discount he possibly can. He'll also try to get certain grants and city, basically city deals to help him buy the property as some type of reconstruction or dilapidated, whatever. Basically, he tries to get a deal with the city to fix up the property. And sometimes New York City, back in the 80s and the 90s, New York City would finance some of his real estate deals, okay, in some capacity. Or what they would do is they would defer taxes. So for the Trump Plaza in particular, we're getting to know. Hey, tell me if I'm wrong. Trump Plaza in particular, Donald Trump got deferred taxes on Trump Plaza for 10 years minimum. I think that's minimum. Because again, he's restoring the property, he's fixing it up. So that's pretty interesting stuff. I thought that was What he would then go and do, though, is he would, from a tax perspective, ask yourself, right? I don't know if you guys do your taxes, if you guys got accountants, but do you want to have an enormous liability on your books from a tax standpoint? Or do you want to basically have a smaller liability on your books, right? You know, I guess it really would all depend on what you're trying to do. But as it pertains to your debt to equity ratio, it's sometimes important to not have so much debt and to not have carried so much debt. Now, if it's your taxes, though, like from a credit standpoint, like if you're trying to acquire more capital, if you're trying to get more buildings, but from a tax standpoint, if you can write off those investments as a potential loss, or if you can write off those investments and basically take the capital and say, hey, look, you know, I held this property for 1 year, I bought another property in this district and in this zone for another year, you can get certain tax breaks as well. Trump has gotten a lot of tax breaks. So outside of the tax side, though, what he'll do is he'll basically buy a property, try to get the property at the best deal he possibly can, and then he will try to, when it comes to appraisals for that property, he'll then try to get loans against the property, right? So let's say you have a property that is $100,000, sorry, $100 million in value. You bought it for. Well, let's say you want to get a loan of, let's say, $1 billion, right? We're talking Trump numbers here. He's a billionaire guy, right? Let's say you want to get a loan of $1 billion. Well, look, if you have this property as collateral, what do you have? You have basically a 10 to 1, right? You have a 10 to 1, you basically are margin 10 to 1 on that particular investment if the bank gives you that loan for $1 billion. But if the bank says, hey, look, sorry, we're only doing margins, or we're only doing leveraged deals at 5 to 1, then that property can't be worth $100 million. Trump can basically collateralize that property, but he also has to come up with another $100 million. So what does Trump do? Trump basically says, hey, you know, that property that, you know, I got all these deals for because it was dilapidated and this and that, I actually want to appraise it for this enormous value, so that way I can get some really solid, I can get bigger loans. I can get more loans. And so that's one of the main things that Trump did all through the 80s and all through the 90s consistently. He would undervalue the shit out of a property, and then he would go try to secure a loan for the exact same property at a completely different value. And there's a lot of Democrats and folks that had a problem with that. But what he was doing was he was just exploiting the holes in the real estate business. Some people can say it's illegal, and some people can say, hey, you know, you take the words right out of Trump's mouth. They let me do this, right? You know, the taxes, these politicians, they let me do this. Why wouldn't I take these deals? They're in the books. Warren Buffett says the same thing. Yeah. Yeah, so Samantha already said it. That's done all the time. Is it true that Trump companies are in debt? Well, Ryan, most of Trump companies aren't even they're bankrupt. So but if we're talking about basically Trump's overall business empire, so to speak, it's definitely in a tremendous amount of debt, 100%. But that isn't so bad, right? Is it making enough money to get out of that debt? Because Trump is a debt guy. Trump loves debt. Trump will get a loan at the drop of a hat. So he's always going to be in debt. So at the end of the day, have you seen gold? Red Moon wants us to go check out some gold. We'll take a look. Trump's always in debt. It's about, is he making money on the debt? And at the end of the day, hey, look, we don't know. How do we know? He doesn't even show us his tax returns, right? So we can only guess. We can only speculate how good Trump's doing. Until he shows the tax returns, or until it's never going to happen. So let's not even talk about tax returns. It's going to make any kind of Democrats or liberal folks a little bit frustrated. Let's take a look at gold real quick. I'm interested. All right, let's see what we got. Let's see what we got here, folks. Let me know you guys can still hear me. I think I figured out how to have the screen going and you guys hear me at the same time. Let's see what we got. Gold's definitely running. Gold is definitely running. At the moment, obviously, we're getting a little bit of consolidation. Gold only goes up, folks. Look at that. Holy cow. Gold only goes up. Look what happened in 2008. It's pretty interesting stuff. So, let's see. Sounds like I'm a scuba. Sounds like I'm a scuba diver. Scuba diver. Christopher West says it sounds like I'm scuba diving. Chris, we did go to Thailand this time last year, and unfortunately, as we did swim all in the, Indian Ocean, maybe so that is Mediterranean Sea. We did not go scuba diving, and I have not gone scuba diving, and right now I'm also not scuba diving. Unfortunately, trust me, I'd rather be scuba diving than watching this madness. Trump wins Arkansas, so that did just come in. Trump has won Arkansas. Who lives in Arkansas anyway? Actually, in the chat, who knows anyone in Arkansas? Because that's the best we're going to get. Because yeah, how many electoral college votes is Arkansas? And I'm not talking crap about Trump. I'm really reeling on Arkansas. I have nothing against Arkansas. I'm just saying. Never been there. I don't think I've ever even met anyone there. Latch this bad boy. You know what? Actually, I also want to play another game. Who can find Arkansas on a map? All right, here's Arkansas. So, yeah, Donald Trump won Arkansas. It got 6 electoral college votes. Donald Trump has won Arkansas by a very wide margin. It seems like 73% of the voting public voted for Trump. 23% went for Joseph. Went for Mr. Joseph Biden. Interesting stuff. Interesting stuff. Let's see. Scuba diving. Selection. Everyone in the UK has eyes on this election. So, Darren, let me get your feedback on this, because I have a very good question that I think everyone in this chat is going to have a lot of fun listening to. Darren, the same people that would vote for Boris Johnson, would they vote for Donald Trump? I mean, that might be an obvious question, I mean, there might be an obvious answer to that question, but I'm quite interested in knowing the answer. Because, do the conservative, more Republican type individuals over in, the UK, do they jive with Trump in any capacity? Do they like him? I'm trying to gauge the likingness for Donald Trump over in the UK on both political sides. I'd like to know what that is. I could ask Sam. Sam's one of the top traders inside of the top trader community. Absolutely genius guy. He's there in the UK as well. So he might be hanging out with us here in the chat. Yeah, who is the UK pushing to win? I'm quite interested. Maybe Darren came in, told us he's in the UK, and kind of dipped out. But my opinion, the answer, I think the answer to my question is yeah. I think the Republicans over there don't hate Trump, but I think they also are happy that he's not running their country. I don't think anyone's saying we need Donald Trump here in the UK. Tell me if I'm wrong there, Darren, please. So Paul's talking about I'm from the UK, and he likes Trump. He's not perfect, but he's real. Paul said he is real. And Paul likes a straight shooter, okay? Paul likes a straight shooter. Paul's like, hey, look, at the end of the day, Donald Trump, so what? He's done a couple of silly things, chasing porn stars around a hotel. I think it was a Marriott. Paul's like, dude, screw all that. That doesn't matter. I like this guy's politics. I agree, Paul. I agree with the idea of focusing on the politics. Majority of Boris voters would have a similar mindset. Interesting. Difference is Boris would never get away with what Trump has. The UK sniffs out oppression much quicker. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Let's take a look. Look at that. That's Darren's comment, guys. I didn't know this could do that. That's so cool. You guys needed to know what Darren had to say. There you go. Ooh, I like this comment here. Policies over personalities. Christopher said, policies over personalities. Chris, there's only one problem with that statement, man. Look, in a world where people could keep their personalities out of policies, I'd agree with you. But Trump does not keep his personality out of policies. He seems to be very well aligned. His ideologies also are how he wants to run the country. Hey, look, I voted. You guys will never know who I voted for. I can talk shit about Biden too. Bring it on, man. At the end of the day, it's not even a thing. But I can't say policies over personalities entirely. We have to have some. We have to have some type of what we can consider it standard as to how we communicate with each other, as to how we share our ideas, as to how we talk about people. I don't know. I feel like being a just overall outside of everything. If Trump moves over, let's say Trump wins tonight. If he moved, I voted for Bitcoin. Clarence, dude, enroll university. If Trump does win tonight, and he gets another 4 terms, 4 years, I just hope he simmers down a little bit. He's had his fun. He won again. At that point, he can really relax. I know Obama did. Obama didn't really care much about what anyone had to say on his in that 2012 term. As in, policies are more for the rich. I gotta throw our boy Clarence up there real quick. I got to. We have an update. Let's see what we have here. Let's see. Yeah, guys. Looking good. 85-61. Let's take a look real quick, folks, as to what we're looking like election-wise. Let's go. It looks like the number right now, guys, is 82. 80-72. 80-72. Very interesting. 80-72. Trump is not far behind, guys. So if you don't like this guy, you better hold your breath. Woo! Comments, questions, anything? Let's see what we got. So, certain things Joe Biden wants to do. He wants to end new drilling on federal land, penalties for methane emissions, stronger water management, and slower pipeline approval. Trump is all for the environment. That's what all that stuff has to do. Methane emissions, pipeline approvals, water management issues. Trump believes in climate change. Can we get a vote? All right. Who thinks climate change is real here in the chat? Give me a yes if climate change is real. Give me a no if climate change isn't real. Okay. Let's take down. I voted for Bitcoin. What do you guys think? If Biden wins, the rich will suffer for high taxes. Carl. Clarence said climate change is real or isn't real. Paul says climate change is an elitist agenda. I got to post that one. Paul, that's phenomenal. I really want to know what you're talking about. Ryan says climate change isn't real, And Carnage 96 says climate change is real. Alex F says climate change is real as well. Elitist agenda. Come on, Paul. You got to give us something on that, man. You can't throw out words like, like we're some kind of sitcom without following up with something. Jeez, dude. Elitist agenda. Hey, I'm with DC. Whether climate change is real or not, Paul, I bet you want that Roadster. That's a nice car. fully electric, 1.9, 0 to 60. That's pretty solid. Paul is kind of there. So Darren said, depends on how your lobsters and fish look lately. Better still, how do they taste? Paul might be on multiple live streams at once. There's a cooking channel going on, and and Darren accidentally typed it to the trade channel. Yeah, I'm with Ben. I think climate change is real. Now, is climate change human generated? Okay, Paul, maybe you have you can start having a conversation. But climate change is definitely real. The Earth is getting hotter. That's just happening. Now, are people doing that? That's where we can start to debate. My opinion is that it is quite ironic that since the Industrial Revolution in 1930, we have now started to sense and see more methane, carbon dioxide, and so on and so forth in the atmosphere. Readable, you can see it. Scientists have tested this. And these aren't your science. Look, the problem is 99 out of 100 scientists, okay, 99 of them are going to say that climate change is, 100% of them are going to say that climate change is real. And then 99% of them are going to say that human beings are affecting the climate. If you don't, okay, let's say this. Let's ask this one question, Paul, or anyone else who said no. If human beings, climate has always changed, Paul. If human beings, do you agree that human beings, people, are affecting the local climate? Because if I go to India, right, Donald Trump said it himself. India's air is what? Trash. It's horrific, right? So we're definitely affecting the local climate or the local atmosphere in a sense, right? Because you have all the smog and all this stuff, right? So that's happening. So why can't we imagine as well that there might be a case to be made that all that smog that's literally sitting in India, sitting in San Francisco, okay, China, they're wearing masks, okay, you guys don't want to wear masks. Chinese folks don't have a chance. Otherwise, they won't have lungs. So we're definitely affecting, the air that's around us 100% in a negative way. Okay. I don't see why we don't believe that it's also potentially affecting the world at large from a very, 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 very small footprint, but decade after decade, year after year, it adds up. Yeah. So I don't know. That's just always been my thought. If the climate changes are real, dude, if I go to a smog-ridden city, shit, it's real there. It's real there, and it kind of sucks. But we're talking about specifically temperature change. I think that's affecting certain things too. Yeah, they're dumping stuff. We're definitely screwing stuff up, man. We have to admit to that. We're screwing stuff up in the ocean. We're screwing up the atmosphere. We're screwing up the Amazonian rainforest. Okay, 10,000 football fields of the Amazon are cut down every single day. All right, so we're destroying the planet. I mean, that's happening. The oil industry is destroying the planet, right? I mean, we can even say that, the abuse of meat and eating meat is destroying the planet, right? It takes a tremendous amount of land to raise one, cute little bull. So we're definitely fucking the planet up. I can say that things are not, I think we need to do a lot better. We have not built the planet on sustainability, period. Period, right? I mean, think about it. Have you guys ever had something that you just overused, like to an enormous extent? Let's think about it. A sponge, a dishwasher sponge, okay? Think about a dishwasher sponge. If you wash your dishes. Okay, we have a lot of fellas here in the chat. A dishwasher sponge, when you need to throw that thing away. When you're using it and you're just abusing it, and at the end of the day, you got to get a new one. And you just got to figure out how you can maybe figure out, oh, they have those cool little bristle brushes, the things that you can kind of squirt, soap into. Those last a lot longer than the sponges. All Ben is saying here is buy one of those bristle brushes. The earth is not a sponge. We can't just use it and use it and use it and abuse it. We have to build. We need to use it. We need to use its resources, but we have to do that in a way that it can be sustainable. So we have to figure out something that can allow us to consistently use the planet for its resources and not die off from asphyxiation. What do you think they'll announce as a vaccine? And which pharmaceutical stock is likely to shoot up in 2021? Darren just said, asked a great question. And Darren, I have an answer for you, but I really want to get what Kyler Ryberg, he's one of our senior traders with Top Traders, and he's hanging out here in the live stream. Kyler, me and him were talking about pharmaceuticals, and he actually has some pretty solid insights. So just to make sure he is on the stream, I'm gonna shoot him he might already start shooting out some stuff there. And Kyler, if you hear me, give Darren an answer because he asked a really good question about the pharmaceuticals. I know that's something that we spoke about, and we can kind of get into that a bit. Okay. So let's see what we're looking like. Trump wins Mississippi. Trump won Mississippi. Mississippi, Paul. Paul is laughing, saying that cow farts are causing climate change. Paul, to be completely honest with you, it sounds silly because you're using the word cow and farts in the same sentence, and you're, comparing, and it's in a way that it's talking about changing the temperature of the planet. I know it sounds crazy, but Paul, you'd be surprised, man. These cows, when they're just farting all day, pushing all this methane, overpopulation of all these freaking, little herbivores here, they're pushing a lot of methane into the atmosphere. And it's been documented that, cows produce a lot of methane gas, which does go into the atmosphere. Look, I think it sounds funny too. Who knows? Trump wins Mississippi. Let's take a look at this, guys. Let's take a look at this real quick. Here. This is my favorite poll right here. I know it's New York Times, but apparently they are really good at coalescing all the polls together. So there you go, guys. Trump has Mississippi. Trump has Arkansas. Trump has Oklahoma. Yeah, no surprise there. So we still got Biden in the lead, but the lead is tightening, guys. I don't know if you remember, but just a second ago, this was 85-65. We're tightening down to 85-72. But remember how this happens, guys. This is going to get released in batches. Do you guys notice that none of this yet has closed? It's because it's still daylight over there, folks. Guess what California is? Guess what Colorado is? These are very, very Democratic states, and California has an enormous amount of electoral college votes. So it's going to be very interesting to see. Texas has an enormous amount of electoral college votes as well. Okay. Trump is definitely gaining, man. This is going to be interesting, man. This is going to be some interesting stuff. I don't know what to do, guys. I really don't. I really, really don't. This is going to be very, very fun here. Sorry about that. I have that freaking thing on. Do that right there. Boom. Okay. I have a cool shot for you here. Look at this one, guys. I have a whole nother shot you guys didn't even know about. But I'll know you got. So okay, climate change. Most people think climate change is real, by the way. Most people think climate change is real, and I agree with them. I agree that climate change is real. This is my other cool little setup. Guys, I found this fire hydrant outside of my office. If you guys are in the Atlanta area, please come by the Top Trader office. It is an absolutely amazing place. But guys, most people believe that climate change is real, and You know, at the end of the day, it's whether it's real or not. Paul, you know we can do better. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Maybe we're not. Okay, you know what the problem with the Democrats are? The Democrats, what they will do, and this is where I'm harping on, you know, the Biden folks. The Democrats, they go too hard about climate change, and they don't talk enough about sustainability. A problem that's a lot easier to solve, because Republicans can't argue, or people leaning right can't argue that we're not using the environment in the right way. We're just not. So if they made that their argument, then at the end of the day, the Republicans would have to start to have a conversation about how they can better use the economy. But Democrats go all the way to the other side, and they start talking about freaking climate change, and that's the only conversation that they have. When they need to start talking about sustainability, and if they start talking about sustainability and using our resources the right way, then they will get a little. My opinion is they will get a little bit further. Just my opinion. Okay, it's an interesting opinion, but hey, you know, for what it's worth, I think it's a solid idea. I really do. I think it's a very, very solid idea. All right, so you know that's that, man. Right? And when you think about it in this context, the second you start saying, "Hey, look, guys, we've really got to focus on water management. Maybe we won't have certain things like what happened in Flint to happen, right?" Or when they start talking about, you know, again, emissions, yeah, sure, emissions. But what if they started to talk about the smog? What if they started to talk about, you know, the actual air quality in the cities? You know, if they spoke specifically about that and made it an enormous deal, the Republicans have no choice, because even the Republicans in those cities taste, feel, and smell the smog. And trust me, if Democrats are just harping and harping and harping on that, what starts to happen? You're going to actually start to get some change, because Republicans and Democrats are going to come to some type of resolution where they say, "Hey, look, you know, we got to at least change up this smog. Let's start creating." Who are the biggest producers of all of this? Cars, right? Okay, let's start giving more tax benefits, or let's start encouraging more people to get into the automotive space to get cleaner transportation methods. Let's start fixing up, you know, maybe some of the more. Let's start implementing more transit systems that are, you know, electrical based. Electricity does, you know, it's arguable where electricity can come from, because a lot of it comes from coal. But if we created it to be, you know, maybe more, you know, so the windmills aren't as reliable as the windmills aren't as reliable as you know, solar. But solar again can be very, very reliable. So Ahmad is trading during the election, guys. I'm being honest. I'm not trading during the election. We traded. We made some really good positions up until this date. We don't have to. We don't have to. Okay. But after this is going to be very, very entertaining, and seeing where markets go based off of this stuff is going to be extremely entertaining as well. So let's see real quick. Let's see what we have here. Let's see what we have here on some of our moves. Let's see what some of our moves are looking like. So we're going to be looking at some of our currencies. Guys, again, when it comes to currency trading, you really want to make sure that you're looking at the actual currency itself. So what I'm about to show you guys are actually our currency indexes, not specific currencies. We can start talking about the currencies specifically as well. So this is what we're looking like right now for the US dollar. The US dollar has not moved so much. We're getting a tremendous amount of consolidation, but this is this is basically a better dollar index. The dollar index is 53% the euro, and that's a pretty big problem, because when you're 53% the euro, you really just look like an inverted, you know, euro USD. This is the dollar index compared to all the other currencies, and right now you can see that the dollar index, by the way, weighed the same, and right now you can see that the dollar index is just pushing a little bit higher. Okay, so the race to the White House. I'll give you guys some updates in a second if we get something coming in. Here's what we're looking like on the pound. Pound not doing much. This is the pound index. We're breaking the highs of it. We'll do some analysis in a second, by the way, guys. Here's what we're looking like on the CHF, and this is what we're looking like on the NZD. Here's our euro. I'll go back to the NZD real quick so you guys can take a look. Here's our CHF. Here's our euro as well. So euro's breaking sell side. And here's our good old Aussie dollar. Here's our good old Aussie dollar. Sorry, that's my accent. And I'm sure Ben's laughing at me right now. That's fine. You know, I have been through a lot, and I can take it. So I want to kind of take a look and see real quick at what we're looking like on the Japanese yen, because as we know, as market risk increases, we start to get more Japanese yen buying and buying of the CHF. Let me just make sure we don't have any questions. If Trump wins, sell Euro USD. Hey, Darren, I don't think that's a horrific idea. I really don't. Put it this way. If Trump wins, then dollar risk. Okay, so here's our dollar. Okay, let's go to the Euro USD. Let's just type that back. So here's our Euro USD. Darren asked, if Trump wins, do we sell this? Okay. Well, let's think about it. If the Euro USD goes down, that means the dollar is getting stronger, or that means the euro is obviously getting weaker. Now, in what world will the dollar get stronger? Remember, the dollar gets stronger weak off of a multitude of different fundamental catalysts. Some of the pressing fundamental catalysts right now that have driven the dollar is coronavirus, for instance. We can see right here, right now, coronavirus in 2020 spike markets, and then we see subsequently a pretty decently sized sell-off move after that. We then got a lot of consolidation, and now we're just hanging up at the highs. Let me pull back. This is our Euro USD, okay? So if we pull over, and I want to show you guys specifically the dollar, here we go again. You can see it even better. We see coronavirus spike markets on our dollar. This is our dollar index. And we start to see markets, again, slowly but surely, start to fall down. Consolidate, fall, consolidate a little bit, fall, so on and so forth. And here's our dollar right now. So if Trump wins, do we start to buy this up? Basically meaning that risk is coming into markets. I don't know, Darren. I don't know if people are going to take Trump winning the election as a risky event. More or less, if Biden wins the election, the market participants that have been existing in markets, thinking that market risk isn't going to be around, maybe they start to see more risk coming in the markets and they start to get out of equities and go into stocks. Somebody mentioned a second ago that if Biden wins, people are going to stop buying stocks because of those tax cuts. Not tax cuts, because of those new taxes they going to happen. Okay. Whoa, here we go, guys. We got a big update. Let's see what just happened. Biden wins New York. Guys, if you're a Trump guy, that is not a good sign. Just kidding. Democrats always win New York. It's just a lot of electoral college votes, guys. Look at that. 29 electoral college votes. That's amazing. That's huge. That's absolutely huge. So Georgia's not in yet. Definitely not going to win Georgia. Texas. Now that's a tight. Wow. Right now we have Biden in the lead, potentially in Texas. 65% of the votes have been counted, by the way, guys, in Texas. Georgia's slow as hell. Florida's pretty much locked. Florida's pretty much almost locked up. A few counties left. Very interesting stuff. Wow. That's interesting. What do you guys think? Who gets Texas? Trump wins South Dakota. Good job, Trump. South Dakota. What's South Dakota? Yeah. Who doesn't go to South Dakota? I go to North Dakota. All right. There's a lot of bison there, and I like to go hunting. Yeah. Go ahead. Just kidding. I'm going. There's a lot of bison there, and I'm going to watch the bison. Wow. This is some interesting stuff, man. Look, guys, I voted. I voted, man. You know, I'm a participant in the madness. I really am. But guys, you guys gotta remember, guys, we're traders here, okay? We're traders first, politics if we're going traders first, politics second, politics is a far distant second. Because I'll tell you this, no matter which way you swing, the past 4 years of your life, whether you voted for Trump or not, were highly dependent upon your amount of focus, dedication, persistence, and aspiring to be a better person. I don't think hey, being a good guy today, being a good lady today has nothing to do with who's president. All right, so I just want to throw that out there. So to who? So left. That's all. Rust Belt states may determine if it's a landslide. Oh, we hit some more. We're at a high watermark here when it comes to people that are tuning in. What's going on, you folks? I agree, Darren. That's why I highlighted your comment, man. I totally agree. Because at the end of the day, we have some swing states over there in the Rust Belt. Let's go take a look real quick and see who our swing states are. So we know Colorado usually votes Democratic, but apparently there was a little bit of a Republican uprising in Colorado. North Dakota is going to Trump. South Dakota is going to Trump. Nebraska is going to Trump. The only problem here, guys, Trump wins all of these states, right? Look at this. Indiana, Kentucky, Tennessee, Oklahoma, Arkansas. Guys, they don't have any electoral college votes. North Dakota, 3 votes. South Dakota, 3 votes. Nebraska, 5. Wyoming, 3. And I know every guy that voted in Wyoming. So that's the main reason why. There's not much going on. Now, you have New York. This is why New York is such a powerhouse, because New York, you're getting 29 electoral college votes. That's absolutely huge. So, at the end of the day, it's going to be really important for states like Florida, states like Ohio, because these states have enormous amounts of electoral college votes for Donald Trump. Very, very, very interesting stuff. So, let's see. Questions, comments, anything, anybody, you guys let me know. I am here. All right, I'm here. I'm here, man. I'm locked in with you guys. Okay, I'm ready to see what happens. Guys, to the new folks on the stream, I want you guys to go check out, I'm not sure who you're working with from a broker perspective. We just get inundated every single day with the same question. Questions like, hey, what kind of leverage should I use? What broker should I go with? Should I be a day trader? Should I be a swing trader? Some pretty basic level questions. One that's easy to answer is go with a regulated broker. That's the easiest one to answer. Go with a regulated broker. Go to a broker that you can rely on. And one of the brokers that we relied on most and really like the most is Blueberry Markets. Okay? So if you guys are a little bit worried about, your FX glory of the world's not giving you your withdrawals, trust me, I'd be worried too. So I would definitely go check those guys out. They have great leverage. They're regulated by the Australian Securities Commission there. So the top regulation in Australia. They are headquartered in Australia. If you don't believe me, get on a call with Ben Clay, the most Australian guy in the world. So check those guys out. Check those guys out. Okay. And out of those 3 questions, swing trader versus day trader, I always suggest if you're new to this business, you might want to day trade, not swing trade. You might want to swing trade because you get entered into less positions. Think about it. You're a young guy in the business. You're trying to work out, and you're trying to figure out exactly how to navigate through markets. Okay, you're placing trades. Guess what? You're going to be sitting down at your charts, staring at your charts all day long. You're going to make decisions that you shouldn't have made, that you wouldn't have made if you just got up. The good thing about swing trading is, in my opinion, you can get up, you can make a very calculated position, move on, and see what happens. Okay, so I just like it's less anxiety for the new guys. And the studies have shown, by the way, this isn't I'm giving you my opinion. But the great thing is, this is backed up by facts. This is backed up by facts. There's been so many studies that have shown that the profitability of traders slippage, cost. Okay, blueberry markets has extremely tight spreads as well, so I like those guys. But cost is a high factor as well as to what hurts your profitability. Because think about it, if you're paying a lot of money to take a trade, then guess what's going to happen? It's going to be difficult for you to make your money back. So you just got to be very. There's a lot of variables that come into play when you start to execute markets. I got cryptocurrency and crypto debit card. If the banking system shut down, my debit card will still work. I'm partially outside the traditional system. Clarence basically said, dude, by the way, Clarence definitely has a tin hat on. Clarence, if you have a tin hat on as well, let us know in the chat. Because my man is like, social, no driver's license. This is not, we think we're talking to Clarence. We're not talking to Clarence right now, folks. This is a pseudonym. I agree, Clarence, man. I got crypto as well. I'm not a big crypto, I'm not a massive crypto guy. But I definitely think it's important to, mess around. Now, I am going to be one of those guys that's about to drop a line that I'm sure you guys used to hear a lot, maybe about 2 years ago. But I definitely heard of crypto well before the explosion in 2017. And I did have some crypto well before the December explosion in 2017. So I'm not a new crypto guy. I've been around crypto. I'm in finance. I've been in finance for so long, man. We heard of crypto. We heard of the amazing digital asset for quite some time. So Darren asks, I'm hearing there's a huge difference between institutional platforms and retail platforms like MT4. Darren, there definitely is a big difference. There is, but when you're a retail person, first of all, MT4 is a reliable platform. A lot of people do extremely well on MT4. So at the end of the day, we know MT4 is reliable. I used MT4 for a number of years, and I didn't have any issues. Now, are there institutional platforms that maybe give you a little bit more functionality? Yes. But I don't think people really understand how functional MT4 is. Because MT4 is very functional. There's a lot of different things that MT4 can do if you have the right access. There's a lot of cool graphical representations that you can have of your trading data. MT5 also apparently works extremely well. What will impact on gold if Biden wins? I think if Biden wins, gold's going to go up. Put it this way, guys, and this is you can take this how you like, and we're going to see. That's a cool thing. Biden wins New Mexico, by the way. Biden has just won New Mexico, not Old Mexico, New Mexico. Interesting. So, you guys can remind me what I was talking about. Let me know. I'm just kind of surprised that he won New Mexico. Let's see if you guys are listening. If somebody can let me know what I was just talking about, what I was just about to say, then I will make sure Ben Clay over at Blueberry Markets sets you guys up right and will be your personal account rep. He's an amazing guy. Oh, that's what it was. Gold. What will impact on gold if Biden wins? Clarence, you didn't give me that answer, but you kind of, you gave me an idea. Yep. Thank you, Christopher. I'm in. Doesn't matter who wins gold and silver, crypto is going up. Clarence is so down on the crypto. Clarence is a crypto maniac. Clarence, I'm with you, man. Look, I'm all the way in on crypto, 100%. 100%. I'm all there with you. We're getting an interesting notification mentioning that the camera battery might clunk out at any point in time, which is very interesting. So we'll handle that in just a second. But yes, I think gold will go up. Overall, guys, I think that Biden winning the election is going to give us a short-term down move in the S&P 500. Not bad for the economy, just the market is going to go down, in my opinion. If Trump wins, the market will either stay within its range, either just get a little bit of a sell-side move, but overall, I think that people want that market up. I definitely think that people would like to see that market up. Absolutely. Yes, yes, yes. Let's see what we got here, guys. We might soon move over completely to the camera setting. No problem. No problem, man. So let's see if there's any updates, guys. Let's see if there's any updates. I'm still buying Tesla semi trucks in February. Clarence, where are you weighing that against? So you're saying you're still doing it, or saying that you wouldn't have done it if Trump or Biden won, or you're kind of just throwing out that you're buying a Tesla semi truck to kind of look cool? Either or is great. You know, I think I've always thought you're cool, Clarence. I don't care what anyone says about you. You've been one of the coolest guys I've talked to on this live stream today. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. So we did get another poll that just closed. Um, Guys, Biden's winning right now, and it's 9:19. By this time in 2016, I can't say your girl Hillary was doing so hot. I can't say Hillary was doing so hot by this time in 2016. So that's quite interesting to see. So, guys, let me know what your thoughts are on the election. How are you feeling right now? Okay, I voted, by the way. Just saying, I contributed. It's always important to vote. It's always important to, give your input from a societal perspective. Be a participant. Community is so important. When you annex yourself from a community, you don't reap all the benefits that a community offers. Communities offer so many extra resources, and there's a quote by Mr. Rogers. It's weird that I'm going to tell you guys this. There's a quote by Mr. Rogers, and it is, "Look for the helpers. There are always people that help." Okay? Guys, if you annex yourself from the community, then at the end of the day, you won't find any helpers. I'm a helper. I'm a helper. I do the best I can for people. I live in Australia, and during elections, if you don't vote, you get fined. See? That's interesting. Who who voted that in? Who voted that in? What year did that happen? Was that a democratic? Was that a democratic idea? What do I think about GE? They've been doing a lot of projects in renewable energy. GE is such a big company. That's going to sound like a silly statement, but I'll tell you guys this. My father, I was going to say my dad, my father used to work for GE Capital, okay? Their financial arm. And in so many ways, maybe the apple didn't fall too far from the tree. Because I'm sitting here talking about finance. I do a lot of finance. I do a lot of financial advisory work off the channel. I think your battery is going to die. It's finishing in the top right screen. Ryan, welcome to the party. We've seen that. And when it clunks out, Ryan, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this bad boy right here. You guys are going to be on this camera. Okay. So my dad used to work for GE Capital, and it was absolutely amazing to see how big that company was, how much money gets tossed around on a day-by-day basis. GE has an internal hedge fund, which is quite amazing. So the profits that are made from GE selling their refrigerators, all the way to selling their engines for Boeing airplanes. It's amazing what these guys build. GE Aerospace, I mean everything. These guys are in so many verticals you couldn't even imagine. But yeah, I just got to meet a couple of his coworkers, and it was very, very, very amazing to see how they all built that company. It was very amazing. Guys, we're at 133.92. at 133.92. Biden is up 133 right now. That's huge, man. That's absolutely huge. Let's take a look and see what that looks like real quick. So we haven't gotten our updates as of yet here, but it does seem like we are about to start to get an update. But basically, we're at 133.92. We haven't, 133.93. We haven't yet posted those results, but the results from some of the close spots have came in. So where do I think GE's going to go? I think GE has a lot of opportunity, man. I think GE, we could potentially start to see, GE really start to move forward in that capacity. So that would be very interesting to see. But nevertheless, I think GE has a tremendous amount of cost. I think money is cheap right now. So it does seem very promising that GE will do good in an environment where money's so cheap. But in an environment where money's expensive, I don't know if GE can. I don't like GE in a recession. I just don't. I don't like GE in a recession. I like GE when money is cheap and when the market is strong, and apparently it's a highly correlated situation. But when the market's not doing well and the economy's not doing well and money's expensive, very little things thrive in that environment. But GE is going to be close to the numero uno that fails. Okay, so that's something that we definitely want to look out for. Let's see. So let me know what you guys think here, man. We're going to be streaming in for just a little bit longer. Man, we have a tremendous amount of a lead right now when it comes to Biden. How many hours should volatile? The crazy moves on Forex have started. Let's see what they look like. Let's see what those moves look like. Okay. We do have some action. We're getting a sell-off here. We got Biden strengthening the lead, and we're getting a dollar increasing. What did we say? We mentioned that if Biden wins, people are going to look at that as a little risky. He has a lot of interesting new policies that he's trying to enact. We have to keep an eye on that. That's something that we have to keep an eye on. Something that we have to keep an eye on. So, man, interesting stuff. Very, very interesting stuff. Ohio, swing state. Biden is crushing Donald Trump right now. That is huge. Ohio as a swing state, he is crushing Donald Trump. Wow, that's amazing. That is very, very much amazing here. I would like to see what's happening on. Wow, guys, let me know your thoughts. Give me some of your feedback. I would love to know what you guys think is going on. Wow, that's huge, man. That is absolutely huge. So, traders, yes. We're still moving along here. Biden's lead is pretty massive. It's not looking good. Okay. The votes are coming in. I don't know about you guys, but I'm going to be extremely hungry after this bad boy. And I'm having a lot of fun on this live stream. If you're having a lot of fun on this live stream, you're just hanging out with me right now. All I need is 10. I don't know who just maybe has this on, and they're just hanging out. All I need are 10 messages that all just say fun. I need 10 funds, guys. Do I have 10 guys in here that can just throw me some funds real quick? If you're having fun, if you're enjoying the live stream, enjoying it, hey, this is pretty cool, you know, whatever, and we can start to continue to do these things, man. These are really fun. You know, happy holidays, guys. You know, we're in November, so after this is all wrapped up, we're going to start talking about Christmas. We got Thanksgiving coming up. Life goes back to normal. It really, really does. Let's see. Your voice is not clear. Yeah, I'm going to put those fire emojis up. Boom. All I needed was those. JD, that was enough. You know? Thank you. Because you know what? I'm like one of those guys, you know, to be honest with you. I get happy if I have one fan, if I have one guy that has my back, my boy Conor Ryberg has my back. If I have one guy that has my back or a gal, Carnage has my back here too. It's just the three of us, man. It's the three of us. We're in a room full of, you know, we got 58 animals in this room, but apparently, you know, apparently everybody's not speaking up. But it's all good because, ooh, boom, we have some more folks coming in. Kyler came in again. Kyler counted me twice. Kyler, if you actually spam the chat real quick, Kyler, I'm gonna count you as many times as you want. You could give me my 10 right now, Kyler. You could give me my 10 votes right now, dude. Seriously. We know what time it is, man. All right. Biden is up big. Biden's up big. Slowly but surely, these things are ticking in, guys. Look how long we have to go. Guys, if you think I'm sitting around here this whole time, if you think that's about to happen, I don't know, man. There you go. Samantha's back. Miss Saucy is back. Samantha's here. Awesome. It's just us. I wish we all could have a conversation, but YouTube doesn't allow for that. We have to be on Zoom. Zoom's a little weird. You guys have been like, what is this? Is this a meeting? So we're all just here to chat. Where is your Blacks for Trump hat? Kyler. Jesus. How about this? We'll get some participation. Kyler's what he's talking about. All right. We're not mentioning who we voted for. We want this to be not apolitical. I was gonna say non-political. We want this to be apolitical, Kyler, okay? Oh, Drew voted for Trump. Oh, Drew voted for Biden. Cleveland, sorry. Cleveland's like, oh, Cleveland voted for Trump. Oh, Cleveland voted for Biden. Drew, I called myself Drew. Cleveland's my first name. Andrew's my middle name. Are we going to get a Randolph Duke moment? Trading places. Clarence. Trading places, guys. Eddie Murphy. Clarence, when I used to have hair, Clarence, people always used to call me Eddie Murphy. I don't know if that was a compliment. Now I'm a pseudo, you know, maybe what am I, a blade or something like that? But virtual hug. Wow, virtual hug. How do we do that? Come on, Fahid. I don't know how that works. I guess we just type it out. We'll type it out. I don't know if we make the gesture, you know, but we'll just type it out. I'm down with just typing it out. Thank you for the virtual hug, my friend. Your warmth and your energy is very positive. So, guys, let's think of this. All right. Who do you guys think? And what I want is your honesty. You know, because I don't want you to lie to me. But from let's think. When it comes to the overall tax plan and the tax structure in the U.S., where are you guys leaning? Does Biden have the best tax plan, or does Trump have the best tax plan? And if you guys don't know, I can give you guys a little bit of insight as to what Trump wants to do. Remember, you know, both of these guys haven't been the clearest of all presidents. There was a time where you basically almost had to have a detailed plan as to exactly what you wanted to do. And if that in any capacity was They both suck. See, I'm with JD. But I voted, but I'm with JD, man. Look, this two-party system thing, man. I don't have to be like, I don't have to play into it. I don't have to play into it. I'm gonna go vote. I'm gonna go vote. But at the end of the day, I don't have to get so riled up and go so far left and so far right. My man Clarence is like, dude, I got a business. I gotta go with Trump. Clarence, I'm with you. I felt Trump's tax breaks literally and physically. I think I bought this after I got that tax break. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think I bought this blazer in the same month that Trump gave out that tax break. So I'm feeling Trump in the White House. I'm feeling it. Okay. So interesting. We got you guys. You guys are going both ways. You guys are going back and forth. 100%. You guys know why the stream is increasing. You guys know why the stream is increasing. It's increasing because people are just now kind of, you just down to ask for better tax plan. Exactly, Clarence. I'm agreeing with you. I agree with you. I think Trump has a better tax plan than Biden for businesses. North Carolina's up in smoke. Biden up 1.2, but Trump predicted to win. Wow. Samantha thinks Donald Trump has a better tax plan. And I don't even think Samantha's a Republican. Yeah, look, I think Samantha. Look, I'm just going off your name, Samantha. You seem, you're talking about things being saucy. I don't think those are Republican coinages. I think you're a fairly liberal person. And you even said that Trump has a better tax plan. And did I basically just try and rationalize people that use the word saucy as Democrats? I did. It's euphemistic, it's urban. Think about it. Let's see, how are we looking up here with Alibaba? Okay. They're delaying the Alibaba play, guys. I don't know if you guys saw, but that there was supposed to be a pretty big IPO that happened, the biggest IPO in history, and they delayed it. Some interesting stuff. Man, let's look at markets, guys. Let's look at markets. I see why these streamers have fun with this, man. What if we were just what if we just hang out? I know I'm the only one talking, speaking, but I'm sure you guys are talking your shit over there, talking about me, judging me. Guys, this isn't hard, okay? Hold on, let's pull back. Guys, this isn't easy. Okay? This isn't easy. Trump plan, we as taxpayers, without any doubt, will be paying for it for many, many years. Alibaba strong buy. I'm with you on that one, Clarence. Guys, getting on this live, man, this isn't easy, man. I got 60 people criticizing the way I look, looking at my chair here, wondering why I got this fire hydrant in the office. I open myself up for criticism. Do y'all drop shipping with it? With the fire hydrant? But that's a real fire hydrant. That fire hydrant weighs a solid 400 pounds. I don't know. I'm assuming you're talking about the fire hydrant, so I don't know if that's what you're referring to. But no, we just picked that bad boy right off the Peachtree Street here in Atlanta. I hope. Oh, Alibaba drop shipping. Okay, got it. I was wondering about the fire. It's an aesthetic, man. It's an aesthetic. I wish I could show you everything else in this office, man. There's so much. You guys are facing the corner here. There's a lot going on. Carnes, if you wanted to know why I have the fire hydrant, man, you're sitting over there not asking. Put in the chat, dude. This is an open, we're supposed to be family. I can't have a fire hydrant in the shot, and you're over here trying to figure out what the hell's going on. Just ask. Just speak up, dude. So JD's talking about drop shipping with Alibaba. So personally, I've never drop shipped with Alibaba, but my significant other has, and it's quite amazing. It's quite amazing, that platform. Now, I will say this: why do you have it? By the way, that's how long the delay is. When you ask that question and want to reply to it, that's the speed at which I saw your reply. Why do you have the fire hydrant? So we have the fire hydrant for one reason. Carnage. We thought it was cool. We thought it was cool, so we brought it up into the office. Kyler Ryberg is the one that actually had the idea. So, Kyler, if you're in the chat, the fire hydrant is Kyler's fault. So, if you guys don't like it, blame it on him. If you guys want to do something like that, look, there you go. You don't got to worry about the fire hydrant as much. We got a new guy. We got our main man, Josh. What's going on, Josh? I think you're cool too. Carnage, I think it's a great reason too. Yeah, so Darren, Alibaba's products, they definitely vary. So my significant other, she was drop shipping a lot of woman style paraphernalia and does. So she sells women garments. She was selling so many bathing suits last year. Obviously things kind of changed during COVID, but last year she sold so many bathing suits from Alibaba, doing the whole thing, marking the prices up, selling them here in the US off of Shopify, using overload to, I mean, it was amazing. It really, really worked. I know about the whole game because, you know, she did so well. She made a lot of money. She made a deep, full-time, income. It wasn't even a salary. I mean, it's just, she had a couple of virtual assistants. Alibaba, there's a reason why it's a really huge opportunity. If you're a merchant trying to sell your products there. But if you're like her, you're like my girlfriend, she basically was just, playing an arbitrage game, buying the stuff out of China and then selling it here in the US. Crazy. DH Gate is the new Alibaba. Dude, IK is up 200K this month. Akram. Believe it or not, guys, Akram's in the office. So I don't even know what to say about that guy. Off Shopify. Dude, IK, I think he's saying IN. I don't know what IK means. Alibaba is not overrated anyway, guys. Alibaba is the biggest company in China. So, yeah. Talk about that being overrated. So yeah, let's look at markets, guys. Let's look at markets. I'm a talker, man, and I'll talk. Let's look at markets. Whoa, we have the dollar moving. Let's take a look real quick. Let's go to our 1 hour. We just broke a huge low on the dollar. We had a massive retracement that has just came back in, and it is now 941. And this thing is moving sell side, folks. And let's see what's moving. Let's see if it's that dollar real quick. It's the dollar is moving quite dramatically, but it seems like we also have a little bit of sell side pressure on the euro. Man, very, very interesting stuff. Very, very interesting stuff. So, very interesting stuff. Voter check-in system, slow down voting and results across the U.S. See, I think that's just the media. Because I had everyone that I know was in line for 5 minutes. Hey, here's a new question. Guys, if you're in the chat and if you're in the US and you voted, how long were you waiting in line? I only need about 3 or 4 answers here to really get to surmise the average wait time. How long were you waiting in line? I'm very interested. JD, I am currently not in any positions. I can't speak for everybody. I can't speak for Kyle, and I honestly, it's going to sound crazy. I can't even speak for our own fund because we are usually always exposed into something, but I think we have lightened the load there. I've been preparing for this live stream here, which I'm extremely excited for. Yeah, Devin, look. So you voted early online, Devin. I voted very, very recently. Let's just say within the past 24 hours, and I was in and out in 5 minutes. And I'm in Atlanta, a very big city. It was very, very possible for it to not go so well. Very possible. This is what Biden would do. seem like Biden wants to create a statutory corporate tax rate. Basically, if you're a corporation, Biden wants you to get taxed to a much higher capacity. A 7-hour wait time. Wow. Let's take a look real quick at markets one more time, guys. Whoa. We're getting some serious moves here on the Euro USD. This is always how they do it. If you think this was going to be easy, man, you're wrong. Look how they destroyed it. They shook everybody out so badly, and then they break the low. They always do that. They brought them to the upside, did a couple of fake outs, and look at the fake out. Look how accelerated the fake out was. They really accelerated the fake out. This shit might be being manipulated because it's just too obvious of a way to get people out of the market, and then they just turn it the whole thing against them. All the way to the point at which it. Sorry, I know that looks ugly, guys. One second. All the way to the low. Wow, amazing. Sold euro. We got Darren doing some day trading, some playing around in markets today. That's hilarious. Aussie Cat Sell. I'll let you guys decide on what's being bought and sold. We do that enough on the Top Trader channel. Make sure you guys subscribe. Okay? We do that enough on the Top Trader channel. Make sure you guys subscribe. Because man, the markets are crazy today, guys. There's always another trade. There's gonna be so many trades. Wow. Joe Biden is losing right now in Ohio. Ohio is one of the tightest races I've ever seen. Wow. Clarence says, "Yep, I just got to let it in on the Euro U." Don't get washed around Clarence. Don't get washed around Darren. I'm sure they're about to say they moved stops already. Guys, let's give it a few more minutes. Let's run this bad boy till 10 o'clock. And then after that, guys, let's just sit back and watch the madness. Okay, I want you guys to know I'm Cleveland, man. I'm here for all of you. You guys can head over and follow me on Instagram as well with Top Traders, Top.Traders. We post a lot of intraday stuff there as to what we see happening in markets. It's very, very fun. We like to trade fundamentals, so this is just a fun thing for us to do is to kind of keep an eye out on what's happening from a fundamental perspective. That's awesome. So, Blueberry Markets, by the way, folks. You know, Blueberry Markets is one of the premier brokers, so I want you guys to check them out. Clarence said he got a 1580. I'm not chasing that. Got it. So he has a pretty far down limit for it. Yeah, Clarence. I hate you have to get such a bad price. That's technically a bad price when you when you use time as a variable. If you factor in the previous volatility on the Euro USD, then you are getting in at technically the worst price in the past 24 hours. So it's just all about how you feel about that. Because that's real, man. That's real. That is real. Um, Bloomberg Dollar Spot Index advances to 1%. Interesting. Here's our dollar. Dollar still kind of hanging out a bit. It's a sell. If it goes there, it's going to run down. Clarence, I'm telling you, man, keep it to yourself. You don't want anybody playing, into something, and you losing the money, man. You just got to be very careful. You never know what's going to happen in these markets, man, especially during this time. That's why I just wouldn't, I wouldn't call anything out right now. It doesn't matter who asks me. I don't care. I don't care at all. And I'm specifically speaking about just the next 12 hours. But once I'm, about to, once I'm about to really rationalize what I want to do, then boom, you know, then that's going to be amazing. Blueberry markets, guys. Again, 500 to 1 leverage, yet still regulated by the Australian Commission. You only get that one place. Head over to Forex Peace Army or some different review sites to kind of get a better idea as to where Blueberry Markets is. They have the highest rating out of a lot of these review sites. What trade do you want to look at, JD? Let's see. What were you talking about? Aussie Cat sell. Let's take a look at the. Learn if we could look at. Let's take a look. AUD Cat. Oh man, you want to sell the Aussie Cat? Okay. Well, boy, oh boy. Man, that's a freaking enormous little situation you got there, JD. Let's see. Okay, so you're sitting at a 23.6. It's not bad. Guys, if you know your Fibonacci, if you've been in Fibonacci school, then you know that these retracement levels are all predicated upon the amount or the size of, the amount of really the uncertainty in the actual move itself. When you get a substantial retracement, is because many market participants are thinking that the asset is overvalued, so they're looking for value. And then when you start to get the market start to, let's say, align or hit off around certain areas here in the fib, you want to look at buying opportunities. It's pretty simple. I like the Aussie Cat though. Now, from a technical point of view, now from a fundamental point of view, then I'd have to isolate the Australian dollar, and I would have to isolate the Canadian dollar, and I just have yet to do that. I have yet to really try to have a solid rationalization of what we see happening in that capacity. Do you want to take it? Let's see. Yeah, man, there's just so much volatility. One second it's tanking, the next second it's back up. It's absolutely amazing. Guys, we're going to get some more polls in at 10 o'clock. We have about 9 minutes. We have about 9 minutes. I want to know your thoughts on this bad boy, on this election. We have 46 folks hanging out here in the chat. 100%. Let's see. I'm going to take a look and see exactly what we have here regarding this Aussie dollar. Can I, hey Kay, can I bring you some wine at the office up there? Are you angry? Hey man, I'm feeling pretty good, my friend. I am feeling pretty good, if you have to ask. Let's see. I'm just making sure all of our streams are coming in nice. Please, please, please forgive me here, folks. Let's see. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Okay. Yeah, B hug for that guy, right? Freaking virtual hug. I think that's what you're talking about there, Andrew. Okay, so guys, by the way, I voted. I voted. I'm very proud of that. I'm very proud to participate in the madness you guys see today. So I am a part of the system. I'm a part of the system. I'm in the system. Clarence is living off of Bitcoin, and I'm in the system. We're two completely guys on two completely different missions. But that's okay. That is okay. Oh man. Look, if anybody wants to kind of, play a little game back and forth in the comments, look, man, I am here for it. I love making jokes. I love hanging out. I love hanging out with you guys here because usually we're talking all of those. We're always talking about markets. Um, we're always talking about markets, so it's fun to talk about stuff like this. Bitcoin could go to 1 million per. JD. Can somebody please give JD the numbers? JD, if Bitcoin goes to 1 million per, my friend, a lot has changed. And I'm not saying that Bitcoin, look, hold on. I think I am saying that Bitcoin can't go to 1 million per. Give me 1 second. I will give you the reason why. Give me 1 second. I just have to see one critical component of the crypto. Let's see. Can Bitcoin go to 1 mil per? Yes, 6 years. Clarence says 6 years. So apparently Clarence and JD are good friends. Guys, did they let us know that? I don't think they let us know that they're hanging out, but apparently JD and Clarence have this Bitcoin bond, and it's unbreakable at this point. Okay, Clarence is like, yeah, come on, JD, 6 years. We already rehearsed this. Andrew, I love Trump. Hey, Andrew, a lot of people love Trump, man. A lot of people. Half of America seems to love Trump. So you, Andrew, you can love Trump all you want. That's the good thing about the U.S. Unless you're not in the U.S., Andrew, you're just freaking, just hanging out, just enjoying the show. Alrighty then, let's see. Wow, Bitcoin is at 13,600. Okay, can I tell you a story? I'm gonna tell you guys a story. Okay. I was here in my office maybe about 3 weeks ago, and I was talking to somebody. I think it was maybe my brother, and he was mentioning, yeah, man, I was checking out my Bitcoin on Robinhood, and I saw that I was up this much or that much. And I was like, oh, for real, that's awesome. Yeah, I don't think I ever made a Robinhood. Guys, I realized I made a Robinhood account years ago. Now Robinhood didn't have crypto. So that thought of my brother telling me about that Robinhood account made me realize that I opened up a Coinbase account. Because I was like, damn. Because when I made that noise, I was like, wait, I didn't buy Robinhood in crypto. I was like, I didn't buy crypto in Robinhood. I was like, I bought crypto in Coinbase. And so I try to log into my Coinbase account, and I'm having a lot of difficulty doing it. Andrew, we have a few positions on, but they're small at the moment. We lessened our size during the election, and we're going to kind of feel it out after the election. We're not chasing anything. There's going to be so many trades. There's nothing huge here that we're just kind of like hoping for. We think we'll be able to kind of go through the election and really still have a clear mind and not deal with all the volatility. Because right now, let's see where our charts are, guys. Our Euro USD is trading back to the upside. So guys, long story short, guys, I had a tremendous amount of Bitcoin. This was when I first realized that I had a little Bitcoin stash that I did not know about. All because my brother mentioned Robinhood. So, people definitely forget about their Bitcoin. I was one of them. If my brother never said that to me, I probably would have went another few years without trying to get into that Robinhood account. My brother had an amazing trade, guys. He's not a trader at all. He's a corporate guy. And he had an amazing trade. He was actually playing Bitcoin, and he grabbed Bitcoin during that run. Remember in March, Bitcoin hit off like $4,000. Yeah, he bought a around that time. No. Carnage, not a hidden fortune at all. Not a hidden fortune at all. A solid return, definitely not a fortune, dude. I didn't go all in back then. My brother caught Bitcoin somewhere around March. For maybe about $4,000. And this crap right now, that's why I was like, hold on, is crypto really at $13,600? Because I guess for him that's maybe more than 3x his money. So that's not bad. Just sitting there, just sitting there, whatever. People who are waiting on crypto though, they're going to be waiting a whole lifetime. Nothing's ever going to make you rich overnight. Nothing's ever going to do it. I work with a lot of high level people, and I'll tell you guys this: these guys are so smart, man. I work with a lot of high level people, and high level people they're all up here, and I know a lot of people, and most of the people I know, the ones that are doing well for themselves, they got some sense to them, man. You don't get rich by accident, folks. You do not get rich by accident. Okay. So we have polls closing in about 1 minute. That was the longest 9 minutes of my life. This probably has to be, folks. This probably has to be the most I've ever talked straight in quite some time. I'm a talker though, so that's why I'm here. I'm really, it doesn't really bug me, man. If you guys want to keep me on these live streams, I'm all the way here. Just don't get mad at me if I rep my voting sticker. I'm pretty proud of it. Let's see what we got. Let's see if we got some election results. Votes are coming in. I'll tell you guys that much. Votes are coming in, but we've yet to see those polls close. Clarence, you said that twice. You said that you've made your money trading currencies twice. Everyone else in the chat, Clarence, is figuring out what's going to happen to the world, and you're talking about your trading, man. I'm just kidding. It's okay to talk about your trading. But you don't want to tell people that, you don't want to just throw it out there like that. Wow, so paper currency. Okay. So Clarence, you're maybe, a magician and you're doing the 3-card Monty. 133, yeah, Andrew, I'm seeing the same number, man. I'm seeing the same number, 131.98. I'm seeing the same number. So we're just sitting back here, folks, waiting for an update. That's what we're doing. By the way, guys, okay, so hold on. Wow, Lindsey Graham wins. Lindsey Graham wins the Senate race in South Carolina. Wow, that's amazing. Wow, Lindsey Graham. He's a very interesting guy. That Lindsey Graham is a very, very, very interesting guy. I'll tell you guys that much. Cool. Guys, what we might do, this is what I'm excited to do, because we still have so many hours. I'm going to keep this stream up. Well, I'm actually going to close it, and then I'm going to open it back up again. So then that way we can keep an eye out on what's happening in markets. But we should be back again before markets close. Okay? So we'll be right back. Once I see this thing drop under 40, I'm going to be out too. There's a Black Lives Matter. All right, guys. I will be right back. Okay? I'll be right back. We will see where markets are going to go. I'll take a quick commercial.